the ball. Bomber forward. Rashford in behind. Marcus Rashford, get the goal, please. 1-0 is the scoreline. Distributes it along with a long throw. Finds Richie. Anthony. Felix. He's onside. Shall Felix. Rashford. 3-0. What a goal. And with the interception, we've got Bellingham. Sits Rashford in behind. First touch, not great. But Rashford keeps going. He wins the ball back. Rashford on a hat-trick. Marcus Rashford makes it 4. Beautiful run from the winger. Marcus Rashford. Could he cause problems for the back line of Real Betis? MBE. MBE. That's his 4th goal in this game. But Marcus Rashford, he still had to do some work in front of goal. And work is what he put in. 4 goals. I was about to say 5. 4 goals from Marcus Rashford. Episode 85 is here. And as you guys can see, we are taking a look at some of the players that are out on loan. Just to check to see how they're getting on with their development. As you can see, Jensen Hogg, his overall's gone up by 6, overall 70 as we speak. Duarte's gone up by 5, overall 71. We turned him into a centre-back during the course of the pre-season as well. Barber's only gone up by 2. Cabral's gone up by 1. Who else? Marchetti's gone up by 1. 1 for Davis as well. Walsh, he's gone up by 1. 5 by Pap. Don't know how to say his first name, but our Hungarian striker's gone up by 5, which is good. David Smith has gone up by 6. Johnson's not really grown since we've brought him into the fold, like as a first team player. He's gone out on loan. This is his 2nd loan spell, and I feel like maybe by next season we'll probably be seeing him featuring in the Carabao Cup. Mike Mensah probably slowed down in his development in my opinion, but Konstantin Hansen, he's made the most progression out of everyone that we've scouted in the last 2 seasons. He's pretty much jumped from like the 60s territory all the way to 80s because of his loan spells last season. In terms of the squad, I'm very, very pleased with the way Joan Crespo has transitioned from being a deputy keeper to a first choice keeper. Sooner or later, we're gonna have to give him the wages that match his game time, match the contribution that he's put in so far this season. In this episode, we're gonna be taking on Aston Villa away from home. We have a home trip against Nottingham Forest. It was going to be back-to-back home trips because we're going to be taking on West Ham United in the league after that, and then we're going to be taking on Wolverhampton in the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup. So we need to approach this particular game with a bit of wariness. We are going to rotate in that cup game, but yeah, because Wolverhampton gave us a run for our money in the semi-finals last season, we don't want to underestimate them going into that match. We're about to head off into the first game of this episode against Aston Villa with 3 points between us and Chelsea. We're first, they are second. In the last episode, we were kind of going at it with Chelsea, but they did drop points against Liverpool that gave us an advantage in the league. Hopefully in this episode we don't slip up and we can head off into the new year. To kick this episode off, we're going to have Crespo in goal. At the back, we have Urian Timber, Lacroix, Corbett, and McHugh. In the midfield, we have Martinez. Shao Felix is our number 10. Bellingham's playing as the box-to-box midfielder. Up top, we have Anti playing off the right-hand side. Richie is down the middle, and Rashford is playing off the left. Doesn't find the intended target. Bellingham into Richie. Can turn. Plays into Anthony. His first touch doesn't help him out as Andrew Robertson intervenes. So does Sandro Martinez. Nipping the ball off Popescu. João Felix. Anthony. Back into Felix. João Felix with a shot. Jimenez with the block. Timber. Drill it. Oh, try to drill it into the path of Anthony. Harwood Bellis is in the way. Take the free kick. Rashford puts his foot through it. Oh, hits the top of the bar. It's going to fall into the path of Jimenez and he heads it out for a corner kick. We're going to pile on some pressure from this set piece, hopefully. João Felix smashes this one in. Corbett with the head up. I think it's hit the arm of Marcus Rashford. Advantage was given in favour of Aston Villa as Gallagher can run right up the field. Surrounded by a lot of United players. Still picks out a pass to Julian Alvarez. Oh, well done, Lacroix. Takes the ball off the Argentine. João Felix possibly slips in. Douglas Ritchie. Ritchie on goal. Takes a shot. And that's the first goal of the game. Away from home against Aston Villa. We've taken the lead. It's Bogard. Forward Bellis into Popescu. Popescu receives the ball back from Bogard. He finds Julian Alvarez in the box. Nice save there by Crespo. Martinez squares it into Timber. Anthony drifts inward. Thinks into Felix. Ritchie, he was onside. Finds Bellingham. Bellingham onto his right foot. Shot. And there's a save from Louis. Aston Villa survived the first wave. There's another wave about to come. Oh, Bellingham with the shot. It's blocked outside the box. Popescu. That was a good challenge, referee. Come on. Popescu's down holding his ankle. It was quite rough, but I'm sure I got the ball. What's he going to do? He gives a yellow card. I'm pretty sure if he looks back at that, he will change his mind. Another look at this challenge. It went a bit fast, but some will say I didn't touch any of the ball. And that Martinez injured himself in that coming together, which is quite rare. I've never seen that before. I've seen it actually. I've seen it a couple of times, just not in FIFA 23. Ritchie plays Anthony in behind on the right hand side. Has Howard Bellis stalking him. He drills the ball into Felix, who cuts it back. Ritchie with the shot. Stefan Louis again. Not Stefan Louis. Samuel Louis. He makes the save. Keep thinking of our former striker. Palmer. Rashford does his defensive duties and helps out McHugh. Hugh bombing down this left-hand side. Slip him in behind by Ritchie. With Ritchie. McHugh through on goal. McHugh, I slow down. I take the shot across the keeper. And that's all it's done. It's just going right across the keeper and the goal. Completely drags it. Corbett, 60 minutes played. Still only 1-0 in this game. Rashford gives the steppies to Hayden. Rashford drifts inwards. Rashford plays in. Anthony. Oh, there was a goal scoring opportunity right there. Anthony's denied by Louis. Samuel Louis is a really top goalkeeper, I must say. If you guys have seen his overall, he's highly rated for a reason. Julian Alvarez up the other end. Villa look like conceding. Now they're about to pile on some pressure. In the final third, Corbett does really well there. Stays on his feet, cuts across, and wins the ball cleanly. He almost turned it into his own net. Julian Alvarez plays it to his right. Pedro Neto, former Wolverhampton winger. Hayden. Back into Neto. Come on, stop him. He squeezes it into Karanoglu. Solid play there by Corbett. He cuts across, but no one was supporting him. And Julian Alvarez gets the cut back in the end, and he smashes it in for the equaliser. Karanoglu worked really hard to be really direct in that moment. He didn't have the legs, didn't have the strength, but somehow he got the better of Corbett in that situation. Quickly plays it into Julian Alvarez, and things are all level now. More of an effort. Nice header there from McCroy in that 50-50. Bernard. Timber gets himself involved. Ball played into the penalty area. Cleared out by Hayden. Come on, Bellingham needs to win that 50-50 against Diatta. Come on, Timber, throwing himself about. Does really well to get the ball back. Marcus Rashford through on goal. Oh my goodness me, I should have took the touch. Why did I rush that opportunity? It was begging for a cool finish and I rushed it. Cuts it back. Neto. Robertson. Come on, get the ball out the pitch quicker. Usual. So we stand the chance. Szoboszlai. Go on, Rashford. Run onto that. Bernard. Give me some support. Bernard. Right foot shot. Oh my goodness me. This guy is so useless. I can't believe his right foot is that terrible. I can't believe it, Jeff. I can't believe it. Bernard has ruined the one opportunity that we had towards the end of the game. He's fluffed his lines. We're going to be disappointed going into the menu after that one. That's for certain. So after that shocking display in front of goal against Aston Villa, we're heading off into this game only 1 point clear on the table against Chelsea, or on Chelsea I should say. So yeah, we need to take things a lot more serious in front of goal. I don't know what my players were playing in that last match, but no, with that miss, caught me off guard there. I thought that was certain to be the winner. But yeah, we can't really cry over spilled milk because we've got a task in front of us. Nottingham Forest, we can't underestimate them. They have a lot of good personnel in their squad. So yeah, let's shake it off and try to get the 3 points in this one. Rashford. First and forward with the ball. Richie. Martinez into Anthony. Has the ball at his feet. Szoboszlai takes the shot. Benitez with the save. Pressing a bit higher up the pitch from his position. Okare, former United. CDM. Ojeda finds Pepe in behind. I don't know what he was attempting there. Probably trying to play it low across the box. But Crespo can gather it up all day long. Kone. First play to the right hand side. Timber. Anthony. Left foot strike. Anthony shot tipped onto the bar by Benitez. This goalkeeper really meant it there. The stretch that he had to do as he was trailing back onto his line. Szoboszlai, oh, come on. Just needed to turn a bit faster. Pepe. Shirky. Pepe takes a long shot. Crespo won't be beaten like that. It's been beaten like that before. Or maybe today is not the opposition's day. Well, spectacular scream outside the box. Trying to make headlines against us. No siree. Oh. Rashford plays the ball over the top. Cleared out by McKenna. Come on, Kone. Does well to recover there. Gets the ball back for us. Malacia drills it low into the box. It's cleared out by McKenna again. He's had a solid performance at Old Trafford. Anthony. Richie, 1-0. That solid performance means nothing now. His clean sheet's gone. And Richie's on the score sheet yet again. We need to go on to double this lead. Because a 1 goal lead is not safe, as you already know from that last match. And a solid rock at the back. But Nottingham Forest so far. Savio in behind. Savio finds, I think that was Pepe. Pepe with the shot and it's blocked. I was about to say Shirky. Shirky's on the right hand side for Nottingham Forest. Has Szoboszlai. Plays it to his right into Timber. Crosses it in. Szoboszlai with the header. Benitez with the save again. Getting our shots on target, but we're not doing enough to test the keeper out. He distributes the ball long. Now they're back on the attack again. Rashford dinks it into Richie. Oh, that would have been a lovely volley if that hit the back of the net. More chances going and miss. Well, with the laces, but there was no direction behind it. Rather disappointing finish. Goal kicks have been really poor in this game. Benitez. Oh, we have Richie. Richie. Did a flare shot there. Was just trying to Trevelo into the near post. Szoboszlai. Richie. This should be another goal. And it is 2-0. He's bagged himself a brace. And he keeps finding a way to score in the Premier League. I reckon that's his 12th in the league right now. Okare played for us at some point in the save. Just didn't work any wonders. I feel like he was plagued with the same thing that Eriksen's being plagued with. Just Lisandro Martinez is just too good to compare him to anyone else in the squad at the minute. Ball drilled in low. João Victor does well to intercept that and cut it out. Anthony. Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai plays it through the gap. Ritchie through on goal. Douglas Ritchie 3-0. And that's a hat-trick at Old Trafford. The Scottish Pele strikes again. And he will be taking a match ball home after this performance. It is composed in front of goal. This is what we needed in the last game. But I just feel like Aston Villa had a bit too much at the back for us to just easy play balls in behind. It's time to just pop them. So Boslite, Anthony, down this right hand side, tried to cut into the penalty area. Oscar was like, nope, don't try that round here. What's Shirky done there? Just giving the ball up. Timber, lovely recovery pace. Gonna have a head start. He's still gonna blitz you, show you the burners. Malacia plays it down the line into Rashford. Speaking of burners, Rashford still on the ball. Rashford, right foot strike. Benitez makes the save. Parries it to his left and Oscar retrieves it. 3-0's the scoreline at the moment. 3 substitutions. Ritchie into Mendes. Anthony. Mendes. Plays the ball to the left. Felix takes it down. That would have been a lovely goal if he took it down and found the back of the net. Benitez denying him. 3-0's the scoreline. Nottingham Forest have been dispatched off comfortably. In front of goal, we were quite wasteful in the first half, but there wasn't much of a threat from the opposition, the away side. And Douglas Ritchie, like I said, goes away with the match ball. Like I said at the start of this episode, I'm very pleased with the way this young goalkeeper has transitioned from being a deputy keeper to a first choice starter. And yeah, he's made a lot of crucial saves during the course of the season. We've had a lot of close calls and he's stopped and prevented us from dropping points in those encounters. So we're going to try to extend it by another 2 seasons, penning him down to a 5-year contract. And well, not a 5-year contract, he's going to be here for another 5 years and 7 months. It'll be a massive pay upgrade. 150k per week, 300k sign-in bonus. He's 21 years of age, overall 85, and I saw this from a mile away. I just knew the moment he came into my scout report that he was going to be the guy that I was going to chase and hunt after. We spent 70 million on him, and so far the investment seems to be paying off. So there we have it. Abdel Wahab Abbas also came into the office to discuss a contract. He's now left with 3 years extended on it, so he's got about 5 years and 7 months remaining. He's on 100k per week, as you guys can also see that, and we've also added a bonus. I'm not too sure. Okay, I don't think that translated. I think he rejected the bonus and just went with the signing on fee. But yeah, there we have it. 2 young prospects penned down to longer term contracts, and that's Crespo and Abbas. And as you can see, a lot of our future prospects are going to be here for some time, including players that are in their prime, like Sabozza, who's 28 years of age. We're going to get a lot of the prime years out of Douglas Ritchie. And yeah, things are looking good. The team is well structured at the minute. So 2 good results back to back. And yeah, this is how the table looks. 44 points to Chelsea's 43 and to Liverpool's 41. So the top 3 right now are going at for the title. Liverpool, you can't count them out. They're only 3 points behind us. And if we all keep continuing to drop points, who knows who's going to be on top of the table by the time we enter the new year. In terms of player of the year, we need to reveal that right about now. So player of the year turned out to be Felix. Get in. It isn't an L. It isn't an L. I know I've been campaigning for Douglas Ritchie, but like at least a United player got it. And Felix, I feel like he could have got it last season himself, because he had a really good season the season before that, and last season he did hold it down for the final third. He was very consistent off that left hand side. He's even transitioned into a number 10, and he looks like he's been playing as a number 10 the whole time playing at our club. But yeah, he's one of these flexible players that every manager will dream to have in their squad. 13 games unbeaten. That is the record we hold at the moment, heading off into this encounter at Old Trafford. Manchester United versus West Ham. They were once title rivals in the series. If you know, you know. If you are a follower of the series, you would probably remember it clearly, clear as day. They do have good personnel in their squad, so we aren't rotating it too much. We have a few faces entering the side like Abbas, Ruiz, And that's pretty much it in terms of the starting 11. Douglas Ritchie heads into this game with 22 goals in all competitions, so he's going to be the main guy leading the forward line. Currently 1 point ahead on the table to Chelsea, 3 points ahead of Liverpool. And just like the game against Newcastle, just like the game against Aston Villa, getting a draw isn't an option. Well, we ended up drawing those games nonetheless. And we need to take this game as serious as we would take the Manchester derby. The encounters with Arsenal, Chelsea, Tottenham, even Liverpool. Come on. There we go. Really sloppy in possession so far. This is what I mean. We can't take them lightly, because when they're ready to press, they're a problem and a half. They play with 2 CDMs as well, so breaking them down isn't going to be a walk in the park. Berto Ruiz switches play to Timber on the right hand side. Abbas, who's ahead of me. Abbas cuts in, finds Szoboszlai. 1-0. No, it's not. Szoboszlai right in front of goal. He normally is composed, normally is on target, and he just gets the ball on the opposite side of the post, or the wrong side of the post, I should say. Ball played outside the box into Ritchie. Ruiz. Felix. Ruiz. Right foot strike. Blocked by Nelson. Martinez. Ritchie. Referee says play on. Oh, Abbas. Go on. Get the goal. Oh, he's off. No, he's not offside. Sorry. Handball it is. I think it's when he took the shot, deflected off the keeper, or came off the keeper and hit his hand. Fornals caught in possession by Timber. Luckily, we had Martinez supporting him, because Timber almost lost the ball there. Szoboszlai. Felix, the best in the world. Malacia. His pass is intercepted. Ruiz. Felix. Szoboszlai drills it in low. Abbas with the shot. Ruiz Silva with the save. The ball gets cleared away. He was begging for someone to tap that in. Just a poacher in the box, in the right place and the right time. Luckily for West Ham, that wasn't the case, and they can hit us on the break. Bianchi with the shot. Blocked by a captain. Ortega. Hernandez. Well done, Corbett. Comes across, makes the clearance, and we win a free kick. I'm sorry. 38 minutes gone, it's still 0-0. Something's got to give it. Got to create another chance. Take it this time. Abbas. Timber overlapping. Urin Timber hits it across the keeper. We take the lead. 39 minutes on the clock. Our fullback bombing forward on the overlap. And an assist from Abbas. And yeah, West Ham, they've been hit where it hurts. On the wing. They committed too many players into the center. They drifted more to the right, and that gave Timber a lot of space to bomb into the box. And he just hits it across Ruiz Silva. He's been fantastic so far in this game, but that attack, he was left all alone. Second half is underway, and we're only leading by the 1 goal from Urin Timber. Szoboszlai into Abbas. His first touch wasn't perfect. Gave Tapsoba the incentive to cut across. Szoboszlai. Abbas. Tapsoba's on him. Timber. Ruiz. Knocked down by Malacia. Left foot strike by Ritchie's cleared up by Bianchi. Ruiz follows up with a header. Martinez takes it down. Abbas. Oh, does well. Gets round the fullback. Finds Szoboszlai in the box into Ritchie, and that's goal number 2. Nicely worked goal. Abbas really creative down that right hand side, sucked in that fullback. It's the same fullback that allowed Urin Timber to run on the outside of him, and he's been exploited again. It is Abbas working his wonders down that right hand side. Szoboszlai with an easy squared pass to pass it into Ritchie, and there's a simple poacher's goal for the Scottish Pele. Hernandez drills a ball forward into Farias. Oh, well done, Corbett, holding him up. Timber can sweep that clear. Abbas. Abbas. Martinez into Timber. Timber. Szoboszlai. Richie. Left foot strike. Rui Silva makes the save. Gets a strong hand to that as Norton Cuffy can clean up the leftovers. On Abbas. Abbas on the ball again. Tapsoba cuts across him. Wins the ball cleanly. Martinez gets the ball back. Halfway through the West Ham half. Timber in the box with the cutback. Szoboszlai with the shot. Rui Silva makes another save. Pressure still piling on West Ham United. Ruiz. Abbas. Timber. Cut it back. Finds Abbas. Abbas on his left foot. Takes another shot. And Rui Silva again. He's got a lot of work to do. Yelling at his defenders. He needs some help out there. He's on life support. So Douglas Ritchie's being replaced by Marcus Rashford, who will take the centre as our number 9. Oh, smart play from West Ham United. You're in Timber out of position, sorry. Oh, well done, Timber. Cuts across and wins the ball back cleanly. He's had a fantastic performance in front of the home crowd. No, don't get sucked in. Don't get drawn into lunging in. Who is this? What is he doing with the ball? He's working his magic. He gets the shot off, but Crespo, the first problem to deal with in this match, deals with it comfortably. Tried to play out from the back, played ourselves into danger, but LaCroix cleans up the mishap that he caused. Let's go, Losandro Martinez. Szoboszlai, Ortega dispossesses him. He's in the center circle, gives it to Pablo Gavi. Long goal, long shot. Crespo again. Meat and drink for him. He can deal with that all day long. Nice 1-2 between Timber and Abbas. Szoboszlai. Long shot from Szoboszlai. And there we have it. A banger from outside the box. We haven't had one in ages. Dominic Szoboszlai has just shown West Ham United why you shouldn't give the Hungarian too much space outside of the box, because he can do exactly that. Decent 1-2 between Abbas and Timber to set that off. A simple ball into the centre. Pablo Fornals was tugging on the shirt of Dominic Szoboszlai. Didn't knock him off the ball at all. He held up strong and got the shot off. Lovely challenge there. Referee, man. What are you blowing the whistle for? He's even booked the man. Jurgen Timber has got a yellow card to his name now. Referee's just telling Abbas, go to your quarters, mate. Stop getting involved before you get one too. Oh, that was smooth from Noah Cuffy and Longo. That ball wasn't though. Crespo, again, not having too much to deal with all game long at home. Rashford released in behind. Rashford hits it across the keeper. Rui Silva beaten for the 4th time at Old Trafford. 88 minutes played, and that's goal number 4. Marcus Rashford, MBE, yet again on the score sheet. Martinez wins the ball high up the pitch. Tony Mendes plays it into Rashford. Rashford through on goal again. Rashford goes round the keeper. Rashford puts it into the back of the net. The 92nd minute. Rashford bags himself a brace coming off the bench. And a really composed turn and back time, just like the last episode. The Rashford of old go around the keeper, really composed in front of goal. I'm sure if he continues this form, he can get back to his old ways and be in contention for Golden Boot, possibly. He's had a really sad time in goal. Completely fallen. This is not the West Ham we were playing against a couple of seasons ago, where they had Leroy Sané causing havoc on the wing. Now we can just brush past them. The quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup is here, and this is the starting 11 we are going to have going into this match. Ethan Fuller's starting and goal at the back with Alvarado, Silva, Sheehan and McHugh, who is the stand-in captain for this game. Ruiz is the box-to-box midfielder. Mendes is the number 10. Eriksen's our number 6. Our number 9 is Bernard. On the right-hand side, we have Abbas. On the left, we are going to be using Gallo. See, the first leg was really close, as usual. Second leg, managed to knock them out. And book a spot in the semi-final, sorry. There's Abbas. Cuts in really well. Abbas, left foot strike. Laporte with the block. Gallo, Ruiz. Over the bar it goes. Balls play out from the back. A long ball's played up the pitch into Renato Sanchez. That 50-50's lost between him and Alvarado. Alvarado, who has a knock at the minute. The Colombian can shake that off. Bernard tries to turn Poty. He's brought down. Ruiz runs through on goal. 1-0. Lovely advantage being played there by the referee. Bernard taken out, but Ruiz takes over and he dispatches that. I feel like the Carabao Cup is his competition. Mendes. Abbas. That's bombing down this right hand side. Goes on the inside and he's dispossessed. Senesi. There's a long ball up the pitch into Choate. Wolverhampton making their way forward with direct passes. I'm sure the cutback was on, but Tommy Sheehan wasn't going to wait around to see. The Irish centre-back really composed at the back. Finds a teammate in Silva. McHugh. Gallo. Got overlap and run from McHugh. We're going to go into the centre instead. Ruiz. Abbas. Referee, we need to watch these challenges. They're coming in rough. Salamakers. Corbinu. First touch lets him down. Alvarado can recover the ball for United. Tony Mendes. Abbas. Abbas drifts into the centre. Gives it to Bernard. Bernard shifts the ball to his right foot and he's caught in possession. Alvarado. Mendes. McHugh. Running down this left-hand side. McHugh has options in the centre. Puts the ball into the box. Tony Mendes couldn't get to it and the cross is cut out by Sanchez. Corbinu released down this left-hand side. He's still in his own half. He's stopped in his tracks by Alvarado. He finds Mendes in the centre. Mendes plays the ball in behind. Ruiz, left foot strike. Bijlow makes a save. That was a close call for Wolverhampton. They almost went 2 behind. Can't believe it. This one, Preston North End are beating Everton 1-0. So the championship side looking mighty close to knocking out the side that's battling relegation in the league. Salamakers cuts it back. Renato Sanchez is looking for a player in Choate on the inside. Silva stands his ground, makes the block. Gonna play out from the back. No. Play ourselves into trouble instead. Oh no, we definitely played ourselves into trouble and we've given Fuller something to do early on in the second half. We're not gonna do that again. Fuller to Bernard. Abbas released down this right hand side. Abbas, no one in sight near him. Someone's trying to catch up to him. Abbas takes the shot. Bijlow makes the save. And the fullback was really close to deflecting that into his own net. The ball rebounded and deflected off of him. Abbas waiting for the overlap from Alvarado. He gets one, puts the ball in. Bernard with a head up. On target it is, but Bijlow, another performance from the Wolverhampton goalkeeper, which could deem him to be man of the match if he continues this way. Always turn up against me. Gallo puts the ball in. Ooh, Poty takes a really risky touch. Turn from Eriksen. Save from Bijlow. No one there putting the keeper under pressure. Distribution. Still needs working on Bijlow. Cho bursting forward into the penalty area. Drills it across the box. Alvarado, quite comfortable at the back, intercepting and cutting out that cross. Oh my goodness me. Salamak is in front of goal again. Fuller left with the striker, left with the winger, I should say. And he pulls off a fantastic save. Now we're starting to see the potential he has. McHugh bursting forward from attack to defense in a matter of moments. McHugh finds Abbas. Abbas finds the back of the net. What a run from the Irishman. The Irish left back, the standing captain, went on a marauding run, picks out Abbas, and he finds the bottom left corner of Bislow's goal. Abbas again in front of goal, cool as ice. Telling you, this man is the next guy up. Starboy incoming. Beautiful stuff from my players. The togetherness is unreal. Can't be created from that scenario. Abbas. Poty. No. Can't get the ball in behind. And that's it. The full-time whistle's gone. We booked a spot in the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup. And I feel like that was a professional performance from every player on the pitch, really and truly. The defense worked really hard together. And in the final third, it was quite difficult at first to create a few chances here and there. But once we got the ball rolling, there was chance after chance. It's just that the goalkeeper had a fantastic performance. Again, Abdel Wahab Abbas gets himself on the score sheet. Lovely cameo from the right winger. Look at that, top of the pops. 8.3 rating for Aidan McHugh in that last game. We got a goal from Abbas as well. A lot of good performances all round. Ruiz got himself a goal. 7.7 was his average rating. Alvarado got himself a bout. So did Silva. Fuller, fantastic performance, I must say. Made really crucial saves in the second half. These are the scores from the other ties. Leeds United have lost 3-2 to Chelsea. Brentford have gone through on penalties against Newcastle United. We've obviously beaten Wolverhampton, and shock and horror, Preston have knocked out relegation bound Everton. They've won 1-0. I must say, this has been a successful episode. We have missed quite a lot of chances in front of goal, but that's what football's about. You get some, you take some, you probably miss some. But at the end of the day, as long as we finish this episode on top of the table, we booked our spot in the semi-finals. That was the most important thing. That was the main objective heading off into this episode. And it looks like we're about to head off into the New Year's on top of the table as well. We've got 3 games to play off camera. Hopefully we can maintain that form. This is the table. Chelsea, they did drop points against Sheffield United. They ended up drawing 2-2 against the Blades. As you can see, we have 3 points separating us and Chelsea, 6 points separating us and Liverpool. So we're looking quite comfortable at the minute. The title is ours to fumble going into the New Year's, or being on top of the table is ours to fumble. In terms of the rest of the table, Manchester City, they're 4th place. 1 point below them are Tottenham Hotspur, who did well to keep up or catch up to them. Yeah, they weren't really too far away, but they were sitting at 9th, hovering between 9th and 8th place, going up and down, and kind of swapping places with Arsenal and West Ham. But now they're in contention for top 4. And Leeds United, they're sitting at 8th, 28 points on the table. Wolverhampton are 7th. They're level on points with Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest have done really well. That's probably why it was quite difficult in the first couple of moments to deal with Nottingham Forest, but once we actually got going in that game, we looked like the superior side. I need to start paying more attention to certain teams, because I didn't really think much of Nottingham Forest going into that match, and if I did, I probably would have took them more serious. But it's a good thing I didn't think too deeply about it, because I feel like once I amped myself up for certain matches, I ended up failing or flopping, just like the build-up for most of my Man City games. A lot of the time, I took up the encounters between me and Conte, and often or not, Conte comes out on top, because I'm probably overthinking my approach. But yeah, Leicester City, they finally got some points on the table, bagging themselves 2 draws, but they still yet to get a win on the table. They have 16 losses. That is pathetic. Over in the Champions League, the round of 16 draw has been drawn, and as you can see, we're going to have Olympique Marseille at the start of the knockout phase. So yeah, we're going to be away from home, not at home, for the first leg. The second leg's obviously going to be returning to Old Trafford. Liverpool have Atletico Madrid. That is an interesting encounter. Real Betis are going to be hosting Juventus. Spurs have Real Madrid. Roma have PSG. Napoli have Barcelona. Ajax have got Milan. Bayern Munich have Chelsea. So yeah, the knockout phase is going to be rather interesting. I do want to bump into teams that we haven't played before, sides such as Ajax. I've not played them in a knockout phase just yet, and I think I've pretty much played the rest of these sides at some point during the course of this career mode. I'm not too sure about Napoli. I know I've played them in the group phase, but I haven't played them in a knockout phase from what I can remember. So at the minute, we haven't really been looking at anyone in particular for the next transfer window, which is coming up in the next episode. We've got a lot of players in this list. Again, there's no real position where I feel like we need to bolster. We have a few centre-backs that look interesting, like Xander Poulsen, the Dane. He's standing at 6'1". He's quite athletic, and yeah, I feel like he has a lot of good attributes as a defender, good strength, good levels of physicality, if I'm honest with you. Just a stamina that probably lets him down. In terms of his technical ability, slide tackling and stand tackling are fairly decent. Nothing too spectacular, nothing out of the ordinary. If I compare him to players in my side right now, he wouldn't really replace anyone, but he does look like a good prospect. In terms of attack, we don't really need a striker. We bought one in. Wingers were good for wingers. Yeah, we're stuck between a rock and a hard place, because I feel like if we did bring someone in, it definitely would solidify us in terms of squad depth. But also, yeah, I haven't really given enough fringe players a try. Like, I feel like I've got my starting 11 that I kind of trust. Last but not least, at the end of the episode, as you can see, Douglas Ritchie still sits on top of the top goal scorers list in the squad with 23 goals and 25 appearances. Also having 9 assists to his name, looks rather good. So that's a 32 goal involvements in 25 appearances across all competitions. In terms of Rashford, he's stepping up to the plate. Currently on paper the best in the world, or one of the best in the world, with a 95 overall, 14 goals and 7 assists. Coming in or cutting in from that left hand side, he's been really lethal. Szoboszlai again bagging a lot of goals and assists, 16 assists and 11 goals, so that's 27 goal involvements in 25 appearances. In terms of Bernard, I won't consider him a flop because he's still scoring goals despite not really playing too well. He's still 21. Even though he's got high overalls, you still need to nurture the youth. Like, he's still a youth player, technically. He did burst onto the scene for Bayern Munich, and he didn't really win much. He probably wasn't an out-and-out number 9, so he's still got to learn his craft under my management. Come on, man, give me time, because LaCroix, he wasn't someone that was he wasn't a polished player. Let's just say that we turned him into a polished centre back, because LaCroix, he had no discipline. He had no discipline at Savadio in the series. I'm so glad that that is his former self now. But in terms of this episode, if you made it this far, please remember to smash that like button, sub to the channel if you are new, and also hit the notification bell so you're notified when I go live, premiere a video, or upload one. Again, I'd like to thank you guys for the support shown for the series. I'm always going to thank you guys every episode, because I know it's almost like watching a documentary. Like, my boy mentioned it to me the other day. I'm literally releasing power episodes. It's like my content's way too long, man. But I feel like some of you guys enjoy having a lot of content to binge, especially when there's not much going on the YouTubes. But yeah, we're going to leave it here for now. Hope to see you guys in the new year. So we're going to be in 2029 in the next episode. January is going to be the month. And I hope to see you guys for episode 85. Peace.